Alright, we got game 1 here in the Scrim series between Bad Monkey Gaming and Stay Green. Popular matchup, no doubt, and should be a good series of games. First few bans are out. We got Pestilence, Ophelia Rhapsody, and Parasite being taken out. So Swindle apparently not addressing Sir Bensington against BMG. Tailoring his bans a little bit more, perhaps, considering the opponent he is playing, as obviously the guys on BMG not exactly known for their Sir Bensington play, instead choosing to get rid of the Ophelia. Not an uncommon ban whatsoever, almost always eliminated early on. And Rhapsody getting taken out against Swindlemelons. And the guys on SG really no surprise either, as they really like that support hero for good reason, I think. BMG astutely, I think, banning Parasite. For some reason, Swindle's seems to be liking that hero a lot lately, but will not have access to it here. Instead, it's gonna have to be sorry, I didn't even know Parasite, no feel like getting taken out. Swindle banned the Parasite, Hanskin banned the Rhapsody. So yeah, I was going to think about how Hanskin's banning a hero that Swindle supposedly likes, and it doesn't even matter because it was in fact Swindle that banned the Parasite. So boy, I'm stupid. Pestilence though definitely targeted SG as they do to run that hero. They think he's really powerful. Hag picked up Constant and Common Thuzy hero, of course. They really like that hero on BMG in general, as Jonas plays it quite a lot as well. So we'll see if it's going to be a Suicide or mid short lane Hag. I've seen Super KGE pick it up occasionally. I don't think that's going to be the case here. Instead, I really would be shocked if it weren't in the Suicide or carry role. Kronos here being soft pick, so I would have suspected if his is going to be a Kronos, that'll be a Jonas Kronos and a Thuzy Hag. Could be anything else. Soft pick Solstice here, and that'd be interesting. Instead it will be a Torture, obviously in Sealkin's hands, as... Well, I say obviously. I can keep saying, oh, we see Carry Tort. We haven't seen Carry Tort in weeks. I'm just going to stop saying it. Torture is a support hero. That's all we ever see him do. NG getting picked up here. I suppose that's to be, alright, you can't ban out all the supports now that we've got probably a Suicide and a short lane here. You're going to want to get rid of the rest of the junglers, specifically Keeper of the Forest, as Legion side has picked up Tempest, and we've seen, though, SG run that Solstice. So just because they removed Keeper of the Forest doesn't necessarily mean that SG won't be able to run a jungler. They've gotten a little more interesting in terms of their jungle choices recently. I think that's the right thing to do, just because it is so valuable to run a jungler that you can't get put in a situation where, oh crap, there's only one jungler left on the board, we have to pick him, because that really boxes you in. And Swindle will in fact ban Sir Bensington, but waits to the second banning stage here, as apparently Hanskin, the boys, not valuing him nearly as much as other teams do, so Swindle not feeling like he has to ban out Bensington right off the bat, and evidently that was true, as they did not choose to pick up Bensington. But talking about the Legion side, of course, right here, some solid carry potential, solid push as well, Tempest Torture providing that, and the Hag providing some carry, lots of team fight potential as well with Tempest, Wretched Hag, and Torture all providing plenty of AoE damage as well as burst magic. Gank, a little softer, Torture and Tempest, not the greatest gankers in the world. Hag obviously has some strong initiation potential, but not too much burst damage. She's more of a complementary ganker than anything else. So unlikely, I think, that we'll see a lot of solo ganks from her. So the guys on Legion side perhaps looking to pick up a bit of a stronger initiator, as well as potentially some more carry potential, just because Tempest and Tort won't provide that much damage, and Hag will provide quite a bit, but not as much as a lot of other right-click carries, assuming, of course, she is running that carry role, which is no given at this point. So I'm looking for something strong for initiation. I like the Gauntlet ban from Swindle. I think that would have fit this Legion side extremely well, providing burst initiation damage as well as a strong hook hero for KGE. Although Hanskin has been moving away from those a little bit. And it will be Devourer, so the thing I just said, now looking a lot stupid. And obviously being KGE's hands, so once again, not a lot of burst damage, but they do have sustained damage over a fight, strong initiation from Dev, Hag, and Tempest, and I'm liking this Legion team so far. Hellborn, meanwhile, have picked up Pharaoh, Puppet, and Engineer, so obviously Pharaoh, a pretty direct counter to Tempest, not going to be able to get too many huge holes off Will Hanskin, as he has that Wrath of the Pharaoh always waiting to get in his face. Puppet so far definitely the hardest carry on the board, as he's a little stronger than that Wretched Hag in terms of right-click potential. Engineer providing some lockdown in those team fights, as both Pharaoh and Puppet Master are a little more single-target damage heroes, not too much in the team fights, and Magnus will actually address that as well, so we'll see if this is going to be a support or a suicide or a mid-Magnus. I suspect at this point it's going to be in the middle with NG and Z-Freak, and I think the fact that it's been swapped over there to Swindle Melons really underscores that point. At this point, they're either looking for a second support to give to Minuts, or they're looking for a jungler. I would be shocked if they didn't pick up jungler. Keeper of the Forest is still on the board, would give them some team fight that they desperately need, would give them some pushing potential, which they probably need quite a lot of as well, so I'd like the Keeper pick here. Again, though, this is a scrim, so don't expect to see the same heroes over and over again. There are some crazy strats that occasionally get tried. You saw SG run a Solstice earlier, and so you never know, but BMG for their part, not going too off the wall. Mostly heroes, really all heroes that we've seen a lot of before and we know work, so they're going try hard mode, and we'll try to get this. It's the Solstice once again. So that's being put in Minot's hands and should do pretty well. He did solidly before it earlier, or on that hero earlier. And it will be a Tempest or a Hag on Infusi, so see how that works. No doubt carry Hag a strong thing, and with the Chronos picked up, that's not that surprising. So Magnus Solstice here. There are a lot of melee heroes on the Hellborn side. 3 out of the 5 being melee, of course, and no doubt going to see some good team fights with the initiation potential from Hellborn being extremely powerful. Not only having that Magnus, Pharaoh, and Solstice, but Puppet Master being able to do some stuff for him as well. So I think the initiation definitely on the Hellborn side, a little bit more of a team fight potential and a little more push on the Legion. And in terms of overall carry, you probably got to favor the Legion with the Chronos pickup on top of the Hag. But no doubt Solstice providing a fair bit of carry himself, and Puppet Master is obviously nothing to be nobody to be ignored. So we'll see. Legion side looking like they're going to go up top and perhaps try to word some stuff up. I suspect that we'll see obviously Tempest in his own jungle, as this almost always what happens. KGE should be middle with the Devourer, Chronos up top. In the solo lane is a Suicide, and Fuzi in the bottom as the solo carry. Swindle on Magnus probably in the mid lane, going up against the dual lane as well. And with Engineer and Magnus being able to do quite a lot in terms of stun potential, that should be a strong lane. Off to the side, they're going to get spotted up by Solstice and Magnus. We'll ward up this easy camp here. Once again, as that seems to be the preferred method of trying to deal with the jungle Solstice, is ward the easy camp, and that's definitely a really good and powerful decision, as it's difficult for him to address that. No counter wards here on Hellborn's side, so he's not going to be able to address it, to get rid of that right off the bat. And the lanes are developing pretty here. No surprise, I think, that we're going to see Fuzi head bot, Worsher, and Devourer head middle, probably going to be limp on the Pharaoh in bottom, and the Suicide. Minuts, in his own jungle, up against the opposing jungler. And the mid dual lane of NG and Magnus. So lanes here for the most part are completely unsurprising. Pharaoh here going to push the creeps in, taking some damage from that Tempest, but not too much. Solstice in his own woods. Now going to have to deal with the fact that he got a jungle camp blocked. Wild Hunters here not very promising, as obviously his pole camp was blocked as well. So this is the issue I think with running a jungle Solstice, is if you get the easy camp block and it's like, oh crap. Chain reactions there onto Magnus. Might have to Lava Surge away. He's taking a lot of rot damage. So KGE with that first level of rot, doing plenty of damage, and Swindle already forced to take a tree. So I gotta say, Hellborn's lineup a little more inventive, a little more interesting, trying out some new stuff, but no doubt I think the favor in terms of ability here goes to BMG. KG props looking for a hook here, not gonna find one. I'm gonna probably concentrate most on this middle lane as top. Puppet versus Chronos should mostly be even. Puppet with a little potential to get a kill here, as we've seen Puppet and Solstice, I think up against the Chronos. Keizu playing on that on Denial. managing to get a kill there, but it took him a bit as our Tilt Puppet had quite a few more levels. Meanwhile, on bottom, of course, Fuzi versus Pharaoh. Definitely Fuzi having the advantage there and could possibly score a kill on Limp on that Pharaoh, but I would be a little surprised if they start getting kills before its mid lane does, considering the initiation potential on both sides. Double stun from Hellborn, and of course the hook and chain reactions on the Legion. So if any action is going to be going down, I would strongly suspect it'll be here in this middle lane. Swindle grabbing a kill with a hatchet there. Fuzi or KG once again looking for the hook, now going to put the rot down. And not going to go for it as Torture has gone off to the side. Not really enough follow-up there. So right now, I do think, like I said, I favor the BMG lineup, but that's not to say that Swindle and the boys could surprise us a little bit with some strong play. As his lineup definitely has potential. If they can start to snowball, they're going to become serious issues. The line stuns on both Solstice and Magnus could complement each other extremely well. Legion side, meanwhile, don't have too many chain reactions coming in there, plus the keg. Here comes Solstice as well. That's going to be an easy kill on Steel Kid, so nicely set up there as they're able to stack stuns. And that's pretty much what I was just talking about, was nice initiation potential, line stuns all over the place, and Legion side don't have too many of those. They have the Glacial Blast from Tempest, they have the chain reactions from Torture, and the time lock here from Jonas and Fan, Curse of Ages, excuse me. I don't know why I keep calling it time lock. Is that what it was called in Dota? And I just, there's no reason why I should remember that, but I totally do for some reason. Jam. At least they call it the Chrono Field. See, it is the Chrono Field. Reiki calls it the Chronosphere, and I can understand why you'd think that because it's a big old fat bubble. But no, it is the Chrono Field. It's a field, not a sphere. Get it right. I'm kidding, of course. Doesn't matter. Hook there onto Magnus. He's going to be able to Lund Surge actually onto this Dev, and here comes Solstice as well. So Super KG going to be in a lot of trouble here, taking a bunch of damage. Turns the rod off, not going to be enough. Torture trying to turn this around, but nope. Bottle being chugged here by Swindle, and perhaps looking for a jump, so nice counter initiation there as Minets was in the right place at the right time with that Solstice and able to turn that potential gank around. Swindle's like, alright, you got me. Now I'm going to kill you. So laning phase going pretty well here for the Hellborn side as they picked up about 1,000 gold lead, experience more or less even. Puppet Show up there on Kronos on top, plus the strings. He could be in some trouble. Here comes Solstice as well. Time leap away, but that's not going to actually disjoint the Solstice stun. It's going to keep going, and they should get a kill on Keizu here pretty easily. One more auto attack. 1, 2. Oh my god, he's too fast. Solstice does not have boots, and that lost auto attack would have been the more powerful one, which easily would have granted him the kill. So if he had taken one more auto attack against a creep in the jungle, that probably would have been a kill on Keizu. Instead, he just barely lives. But nice gank there. Hooks. Nope. Hook there does not hit Swindle. As KG is charging up that bottle once again. Swindle has himself a full bottle. Very nice. I believe he got the rune. I don't know where it went. Might have been no, it wasn't illusions. Might have been invisibility, regen, probably regen. Couple counter wars here going out on the Legion side is I'm not entirely sure what they're afraid of. I guess just general wards, as they want to make sure that there aren't any aggressive wards up on their side of the hill so that they can't, as this thing turns to night, which it will soon, it will end up being, sorry, on bottom, Pharaoh getting some aggression here, but we'll be totally fine as both Kronos and Fuzi are looking for something, not going to find it. Time Leap is back up here on Kronos, so I think Limp should just probably leave, and that's what he's going to do. Meanwhile, in the middle, not much happening, a little bit of posturing, I think, but I guess they don't want to have any vision up there on the Legion side, make sure that they can't get hooked, that they're fogged if they're standing up above the hill. Off to the side, bot room going to be camped here by a lot of heroes. 5 heroes from the Hellborn team are going to be down here, and Swole needs to get the hell out of there. Z-Freak on that Engineer is going to get hooked, nicely thrown there from KGE, and that's easily going to be a dead Engie. Going to try to get the kill, hit counter here, there, and Wrath of the Pharaoh on top of the thing, plus the double ultimate there. Bat Blast comes in, they get a kill on both KGE and Sailkid, so that's 2 for 1 right now, but Swindle getting locked down, Tempest ultimate going off, Swindle's going to drop here, he gets stopped, and Pharaoh going to be able to run away. 2 for 2 right now. Puppet ultimate going off to Kronos, that's a 3 for 2, so pretty well countered there, as the entire Legion team was there all of a sudden. Nice hook on a Z-Freak in the beginning, but eventually the Hellborn side dropped 3 heroes and lose only 2 of their own, so another good fight going out for them. As Chessie in particular getting a couple of hero kills, boosting himself up to 390 gold per minute. Hag blinking away, I didn't see where she went, but anyway. Looks like KG might get dove, no. Obviously not having access to the ultimate right now. Bit of an issue for him. And there's the sun there, plus the ultimate. NGK going to come out here as well. Will stop Dev from doing pretty much anything, an easy drop there. As Foos is coming in now as well, looking to apply some damage. Puts the haunt up onto Engineer. He will be slow. The question is, can he do anything? There's a power supply onto 2 and a keg. Foos going to be in some trouble here. Has to blink up in a couple of seconds. There goes the chain reactions, and now Swindle going to take some damage. Off to the side there. Solstice going to get the jump onto Torture. Easy kill. There off to the side looking for the Lava Surge. Is Swindle not going to find it, and Fuzzy will be just alright. So they do pick off not only KGE, but Sailkid as well, as Legion try to counter-initiate and bring some support, but it does not work. This Magnus is doing some work now here. 1-1-5 and 295 gold per minute. 8-minute room going to be guarded here as Pharaoh puts the walls down, backs Tempest off, and will pick up the haste. Top refreshment going to be picked up by Solstice, who actually also has a bottle. They have 3 bottles here on the Hellborn side. I don't mind that at all, really. I think you really want at least 2. Because of the change of the rune, you're like, there's gonna be a rune, so you might as well just camp every single one of them, because it's not like it's a waste of time anymore to go to the rune spot at every 2 minutes. And now with the 3rd bottle, it's just that much more assurance that somebody will get one of those runes, and it does so much to keep up your health and mana, especially in the early game. It allows you to be so active. And on heroes like Magma, Solstice, and Pharaoh that can have mana problems pretty consistently, adding a bottle is hugely good. It's amazing. So I'm liking the multiple bottle pickup here by the Hellborn side. Obviously power supply as well for Magma, so he's going pretty heavy in terms of making sure he has enough mana. KG looking for a hook, faking it here and there. Throws a hatch, doesn't hit anything. Hook just gonna miss there. And this is a bit what Hanson was talking about earlier about these hook heroes is they're hit or miss. Like if you hit a bunch of hooks, you get a bunch of kills, they're so good. If you don't, then you're sitting here at 186 gold per minute, which is the same as your suicide, and that's not what's supposed to happen in a dual lane middle. 294 gold per minute on Magnus, and more than 100 less than that on KG. Chain reaction is going to hit there, and the hook as well. The steam bath goes off, but the lava surge right out of it, and he will be totally fine. Ward here going to be countered by the Legion side with their own D-Ward, and Tempest in the middle now looking for a push perhaps. As the Legion side, I think, feeling like they're down here, which they certainly are. It's 72 hero kill advantage here for the Hellborn. And they need to start taking some 5-man haunt, and BMG loves to group middle. It's what they're notorious for. Tormented Soul going to help with some counter push. And they're going to get backed off this middle lane as Limp is here on the Pharaoh looking for some initiation or counter initiation. And if somebody gets hooked, somebody gets Tempest ulted, he will be there with the Wrath of the Pharaoh. There's a hook on to Magnus. He's going to get eaten and killed very quickly. So Swindle dropped there. And nicely thrown from KGE. Mid-tower push now coming in. They have the Blist on their side. Tempest Elemental's dropping rather quickly, actually, as they're taking a bunch. Oh boy. Solstice ultimate onto a couple. Torture just going to drop there with Cemented Soul. Hook onto the side, but they kill Hanskin in the meantime, and easy. Lava Surgeon actually doesn't hit anything. Rod activated Bat Blast onto 2, Chronosphere onto 3. Skeleton King Neck going to stop a lot of the stuff there. As Kronos is trying to get a kill here, Limp just looking to run away at this point. Eruption getting channeled up there, will hit a bunch. Lava Surge in as well. Limp does fall in the background. KG taking a bunch of damage. There's a Sonar Scream. Jonas and Pan going to drop, and Swindle going to fall as well to the auto attacks, but KG drops for his own self. Ends up being a 4 for 3 in favor of Hellborn, as Fuzi the only one to live on the Legion side, and both Chessie and Minuts stay up for Hellborn. And I would say yet another one fight for the guys on SJ as they continue to expand their lead here. And they just, I mean, all the stuns, they're everywhere. And they did a lot to expand their team fight potential with the Solstice and the Magnus pickups, I think. Those two ultimates are quite powerful in team fights, especially if Solstice, you know, you can sit up here in these woods and just channel that for actually 5 seconds. Very powerful. Up there onto Limp, he's going to be in a lot of trouble, gets eaten by the Devourer, plus the chain reaction, it's going to be an easy kill. And Seal Kid picks it up once again. Book thrown out there, not going to hit anything. Nice blind, like, oh, maybe we'll get something. And Bot Tower's going to be pushed in. Lava Surge onto Tempest there, plus the Puppet ultimate, going to be killing Hanskin in about half a second. KG looking for a hook, not going to find one. This bottom tower gets glyphed. It is in deny range, so they will be able to drop it. Off to the side, Lava Surge plus the strings going on to Hag, and she's in a lot of trouble. Hook gets into the Puppet Master off to the side. Going to be ulted. Fuzi going to drop there, and so does Chessie. Solstice coming out, going to try to kill on Torture here. Will get it. And now 3 heroes up here for the Hellborn side, as there's a Chronosphere, but actually jumping out of it is Magnus. Fuzi coming in with a buyback, and Z-Freak just going to drop there to Lost Auto Attack. Wrath of the Pharaoh comes out, trying to lock down Fuzi here. Ultimates from Solstice, and she dies again. Magnus coming in here, timely though away by Keizu, and we'll see if they can take him out. They obviously have lots of vision of him thanks to that thing. Going to stop him there with the Surge, and that's going to be death. Another support coming in here will be Hanskin, and puts the Glacial Blasts down. Obviously still has the Tempest ultimate with the Hellfire there, though. He's going to be in a lot of trouble. Chain reactions go down, and nope, not going to be able to hit him with a Lava Surge. Pharaoh now in some danger. Torture going to drop once again, and there goes Hanskin with the Tormented Soul. So this is getting ugly for BMG at this point. Nice Mummy Walls there, going to stop stuff. Hook going to go in on the side, and they're going to be in some trouble here as Pharaoh has the Hellfire up, but I still think the raw damage is going to take him down, and there goes the last auto attack. Nope, that's going to be it. So they do get the final kill there on Limp, and the bot tower is denied, but they lost, let's see, Hanskin died twice, KG died once, Fuzi died twice, Torture died once, so it's 7 hero kills there. Puppet ultimate there, your show going down, and I'm going to try to get out of this, but it's probably not going to happen. The Bat Blast and the Sonar Scream a little too much, and there goes the Sonar Scream once again to help finish this off. As Swindle doesn't have a P-key. I guess it's like 260 gold per minute. He's taken a lot of deaths recently and only has that 1 hero kill. So, I don't know. I kind of figured he'd have it by now. Looking for a jump here onto Keizu. Gonna have port support coming in. And we'll probably start channeling the ultimate in a second. He's gonna get seen here though, so they know something's going on. With the Wrath of the Pharaoh available though. Tormented Soul going out. Oh, they found him. Time Leap is there. Are they gonna go for this? No. Another port coming in here in support. Keizu is KGE. Not Keizu. What do I see? Jonas fan. I've said Keizu a bunch of times. He just keeps playing Kronos, man. I think it's always him, and I just finished casting that SG versus Sync series, so it's Jonas fan. I'm sorry, Jonas fan. You're good. You have your own identity. You're not Keizu. You're different people. I promise. CLK meeting on the bottom, gonna get dropped pretty easily. As I don't even know what the hell he's doing there, but it's. You're dead. Up top, Jonas fan. See, I didn't say Keizu that time. I'm glad out with Magnus a little bit. Look at the GPM here, and Fuzi's doing pretty well. The rest of her team, though, not having the greatest game in the world. And of course, she already used the buyback, so that's a little misleading because she is down quite a bit of gold as a result of buying back in that earlier team fight. And then dying again. Of course, Chessie the top farm in the game anyway at 430 gold per minute, and the rest of his team doing substantially better. Minot's on that Solstice at 385 GPM. Solstice new meta. Both the games we've seen him in have done quite well. Puppet off to the side. Invis Tempest is here, but the rest of the Hellborn team is backing Chessie up, and I think they think something's going down. Perhaps they see the up towards a rev. They will counter the word of rev there. And now Han's going to have to be aware, oh crap, they just countered a word of rev, so they're going to have words of rev somewhere, which means I need to be really careful. And we'll just skirt himself on out of there. Up top, Jonas Fan at half health. Mid tower perhaps going to be the focus now, for this Legion team is grouping up as 4. Excuse me, I almost said 5. Torture off to the side, Torrent going down for some counter push, not going to get the deny as Chessie just barely mistimes it. So mid tower drops in favor of Legion. Notable that Hellborn have killed precisely 0 towers at this point. They're up by 8 hero kills and a pretty good amount of both gold and experience, but none of that is coming from tower gold, so going to have the opportunity to expand their lead a little bit if they choose to start pushing. Not really a great push team though. Off to the side here, Solstice and Magma's looking for something there. Oh, uh-oh. And Kronos choked away right at the right time. Completely a wasted ultimate there from Magnus. Up to the bottom, we're going to team pick here on Limp. Let's rewind this a little bit. Wrath of Pharaoh went out of 2, but going to just trap Torture. The issue is Fuzi. He's a little powerful here. Chessie coming in for the cleanup on Seal Kid, so going to be 1-for-1 obviously in favor of Legion side as they lose their support in exchange to the opposing team's Suicide, who's farming fairly well. And nicely done there. As it is notable that Seal Kid got the kill and Chessie got the kill, so really not the worst thing in the world for Hellborn. The Shroud there as Puppet Show goes down. We're going to see the strings as well, and you're going to be in some trouble there, Fuzi. There's Skeleton King Nets, and you're dead. So much disable. How many other carry heroes can kill a hag like that? I want to say 0. Up top, we're going to see Swindle Melons put in this steam back there and try to jump out. Kronos on his ass, though. Going to see some ports coming in. Solstice is there. We'll get ulted. Siegfried going to drop the ultimate, so Swindle's going to die, but they're looking for cleanup here. Kronos off the side going to get stunned. Chessie's available. Siegfried also going to drop, so tower goes down and 2 hero kills in favor of the Legion. Shroud there, going to be there, but blast onto a couple. Kronos field goes down. Swindle buys back. They're going to kill Chessie. Tempest ultimate going down. Going to be stopped immediately by Limp. Going to pick on Seal Kid here as well, but Jonas and Fan gets my nuts, and oh boy, On's going to be able to live. Nope, you're going to die to the Hellfire. As the port gets stopped, so it ends up being, I believe, a 4-for-4 as Swindle also bought back. And Fuzi bought out for that fight as well, too. And did pretty well, actually. I don't think he died. No. He got killed, but was involved in a few of those kills, but that was the second buyback. So he doesn't have any of those left. And we'll see exactly how much that affects him. I suspect it will be quite a lot. Portal key picked up by Magnus there, so not the greatest farm in the world, but he has it at just under 20 minutes. Not bad at all. Of course, level 11 also having access to that level 2 ultimate. Very nice. Hag will clean up this bottom farm. Dropping Chessie, of course, in that fight, a pretty big deal. You know, considering Chessie dropped and Fuzi lived, I think that the Legion are prepared to call that a win. They also got a buyback out of Swindle, but... and they got a tower kill for that matter, too. But SG doing their best to turn that push around into a positive fight for themselves. Doesn't quite do so, but they got something out of it. DD Engineer. Pretty funny. side, Solstice gonna be stacking some camps here, looking for some more creep kills. Oh boy, Magmus, you're in some trouble. Chain reactions onto him, plus the Dust of Revelation, and you're... Oh god, he's gonna surge away. Seal Kid now perhaps in some trouble. Will drop Chronofield into 2 though, and we're gonna see Chess use the focus now. And drops the energy field, that's not gonna matter. Eruption going off in the background. Actually, Chessie's still alive somehow. Oh my god, why is he still alive? Irishman comes in, finishes off KGE. Bat Blast just barely finishes off Chessie. Meanwhile, in the background, Solstice trying to get the ultimate onto Kronos. Will get spotted here. Do they have enough to stop it? Yes, they just managed to kill Joseph Fan there. Off to the side here, Hans can get picked as well. And that's ended up being a 4-for-1. So Chessie drops, they kill the rest of the Legion side. Fuzi, the only one to live. This is going to turn into a bot tower push as well. So 4 hero kills in a tower for their carry. Probably a good trade. And we'll see what they choose to do after this tower kill. But once again, not the fastest pushing team here on the guys of SG. And it seems like in most of these team fights, the Legion side is just getting dropped. Haven't seen too many really great Tempest ultimates. It's sort of hard with not only Pharaoh, but Solstice, Magmus, Engineer also being, and Puppet for that matter, also all being able to cancel it. Obviously Shrunken Head not going to do too much for that just because the Wrath of the Pharaoh will still stop it through a Shrunken. It is Superior Magic Sun. So Han's getting in a bit of a pickle here. And I think that's one of the issues with honestly first picking Tempest, is he's not that hard a hero to counter. If you want to get him at the end of the banning stage, then you can ban out a bunch of his counters or ban out some stuff that's good for the opposing team and counters him, and really allow him to get to the position where a Shrunken Head will lead to longer duration Tempest ultimates. Maybe he can even get a portal key to set him up onto 3-4 heroes. That's great. You first pick him, I think that tends to put you in the position where, like, alright, we're going to pick you a bunch of counters. Andro, Pharaoh, I don't know, something like that. And then you're just never going to be all that valuable because so much of Tempest's value is tied up in his ultimate and his pushing. That's pretty much all he does. He really doesn't bring much damage besides that. And the Glacial Blast is a nice enough stun, but it's not like it's, oh, we gotta pick Tempest, he has Glacial Blasts. No. Off to the side, KG looking for a hook on Swindle, won't find it. He will be just fine. Steam Bath going off there. I also can't believe Chessie survived for as long as he did there. Hook just gonna miss, despite the Glacial Blast. Push book away. Solstice finished the Shrunken Head there. Pharaoh, obviously with the Barbed Armor, has the Bulwark on top of the Boots, Bottle, and Energizer on My Nuts. Puppet off, obviously going for a Shrunken next as well, on top of his Shroud, and Whispering Held. Seal Kid off to the side, gonna fall as he just gets caught. Did he get seen by that warrior up there, or what the hell just went on? I'm not sure how they spotted him, but they did. Invis Rune there. Pharaoh will bottle it up. And Tempest's going to get caught by a Skeleton King Net, and a second Skeleton King Net, and you're just in a lot of trouble there, buddy. Chronosphere going on to 3, though. Super KG going to drop from the bottom to Minuts, but here goes Chessie. And they do actually pick Hanskin off anyway. Z-Freak Ultimate going down there. The strings are on Kronos. He's not going to be inside the mummy walls, though. Sort of in a rock and a hard place. We'll have to time leap away. And what you going to do here, buddy? Portal key available in a couple of seconds on Swindle. Actually, he has the Haunt put on him. No, he doesn't. The Steam Bath is there, so he'll be able to PK out in about a second. And they're going to try to chase Kronos here. He will jump up to the high ground, and yep, we'll get out of it. So, able to get away. So probably a favorable trade here for the Legion side, as they lose both. They lost Seal Kid off the bat. That's sort of a different fight. They lost KG in the bottom, also sort of a different fight. They mostly just traded Tempest for Chessie, and definitely a exchange they will take. They sort of have to be concerned about the dual carries here because Kronos really isn't taken off. 263 gold per minute. He could still be valuable. Obviously, the Chronospheres with strong placement are extremely dangerous. The issue is that he's just not providing a lot of right-click auto attack damage, which he normally would be with that 260 gold per minute figure. And it looks like he's going to be going for the refresher build. So, Keizu's refreshing orb build, catching on with Jonathan Fan here. You thought I messed up, didn't you? You thought I called him Keizu again. Not gonna happen. Shut up. Just going off there randomly, not going to hit anybody. There's 3 heroes grouped up here for the Hellborn side. Invis rune obviously up on Pharaoh, and he's looking for a potential pick. Minuts is going to show himself to the creep wave, and Swindle going to sit behind there with the portal key, obviously able to initiate or counter initiate if Minuts is jumped on. The bait obviously being dangled. Up top, going to see a jump here onto Kronos as Puppet puts the puppet show plus the stun and the strings. Easy kill on Jonas and Fan. Off to the side here. Hans can probably be the target as Pharaoh's just sitting on both him and Torturer. KGE is off to the side here though, so we'll see who it is. In fact, it's going to be Torturer. And there goes Mummy Walls. Channel Ultimate come up there, and they're going to take Tempest as well, so that's going to be 2 kills. And KG's like, nope, maybe I don't want any part of that. Off to the side, Fuzi going to look for something. KG coming in from the background, but they might not want this because the sun's going to be back up in a second. And Ultimate there, but Wrath of the Pharaoh back in, and that was actually never used thanks to the Invis rune. Line stun there, not going to hit Fuzi, but KG's in a lot of trouble. He's going to drop thanks to the Ultimate. Yep, and that's going to help Fuzi being able to blink away. But it ends up being a 3-for-0 down here, plus the pick on Jonas and Fan means 4 heroes are dead for the Legion side. Top tower getting pushed in here by Puppet Master and Engineer. Should be able to get it relatively easily, as they're getting to the point where their right-click autos are enough to just kill towers. Nope, Glyph coming in here. It is in deny range. Gonna drop the ultimate there and stop Torture. So, wow, that's doing a lot of damage. And will be denied. So secondary tower there going down in favor, and actually Pharaoh going to start doing Congo here along with Solstice, and now Puppet Master coming in.
Kongor has been slain.
Tries to pick up a token there, no surprise. And Legion are in a bit of a pickle. Pretty substantial experience lead and gold lead for the Hellborn side. They've got a token now. They've got a pretty solid team fight, and they've shown the power of it multiple times. Pharaoh picking up a puzzle box on top of his barbed armor, so he's going to be difficult to deal with, especially by all the AoE damage coming out from this Legion side. Torture, Hag, Tempest Devourer, all possessing damage they can't really control onto a single target. So that Mauler's death could do quite a lot in these fights. Legion side, meanwhile, Fuzi's still working on the Shrunken Head. Nobody else on the Legion side having one yet. Kronos always on hook there onto Swindle, but he's going to be able to get himself on out. Chronofear, no. And he's going to take Glacial Blast. Going to be a lot. An ultimate from Solstice, going to hit a couple, but a little late. Now he's going to energize away, try to live here. Going to take the Curse of Ages, and hook there, not going to hit Pharaoh. So, timely back in. Ultimate gets popped. There's the Chronosphere. Chronofield, and Wrath of the Pharaoh in on it too, putting up the Mummy Balls down. So Freak's not hitting nothing. Fuzi off to the background looking for something. They get the pick on a Seal Kid pretty easily. Engineer coming back as, Swindle coming back. Engineer at field doing a lot. Meanwhile in the background, there's a CC vote. And they're feeling like that's it. They had the jump there. They got an easy pick on to Swindle, but, you know, he bought back and did just fine. So GG's are called, and ends up being a nice kill as poor Minuts. SG's lineup just proving a little bit too strong. They took a strong early game lead in the laning phase and just pretty much never let up. Consistently aggressive, consistently able to take team fights, consistently able to get picks, just with their strong long range initiation and repeated stun. Magmus, Pharaoh, Solstice, just stun, 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 all the disables from Puppet Master. Z-Freak helping out with kegs as well, so well played to them. Decently played by BMG as well. A little more of a traditional draft. Fell here, I think, in a way that they weren't expecting, but that's why you play scrims. Learn shit. So Game 1 will go to SG here, and we'll move on to Game 2.